Hey guys, welcome back to OceanGemTarot. So we have a different type of reading that I'm going to do today. So I hope my screen isn't blurry. I kind of feel like it is. I don't know. It doesn't really look clear. I tried to wipe it off and I think I made it blurry by doing so. So I don't know. All right, so today we're going to look into what does the Pluto and Aquarius have for us. I'm doing this on so I can see you guys' comments better. My hair is kind of doing its own thing. I got like these baby fly things kind of sticking out like alfalfa and all that jazz. Hello, Tony Boo. How are you? I dig it. Thank you, Tony. All right, so I have a new deck. I have a new man in my life. It's the Star Man. So, I have 4 cards, but it's 1 and 2 for what is to come in the future. I have the past from when Pluto was in Capricorn from 2008 for the past 15 years. You knew it. And then I also have, you knew I had a new man in my life, the Star Man. And then I also have what is to be expected and like the present, like what we're dealing with right now while we're on the zero barrier. And like the future, what is to come for the next 20 years. What can we expect? And I have a whole lot of information written down for you guys. So I'm going to get into that. I'm also going to be pulling like a lot of oracle cards and things of that nature. And we're just going to kind of knock through it, the past, the present, and it's what we can expect. So I dig it. I hope you guys too. Let me turn off my little mouse there. All right, so Pluto in Aquarius is going to be there for the next 20 years, but it's not going to be concrete in Aquarius until right around June 11th in 2024. Right now, as of today, it is on that zero barrier line. It's going to be there for about the next 3 months, and it's going to kind of wobble back into Capricorn. It's going to kind of go back and forth until 2024. So with Pluto being in Aquarius, it's going to it'll reactivate the Aquarian themes of like freedom, revolution, social activism, and technology. Aquarian energy is like big technology type energy. Pluto is the planet of transformation, and Aquarius is the sign for progress. Pluto's journey through Aquarius will impact us on a community level. It's kind of like, a ram, but it's a sweet ram, right? It's conjuring things around society and how you fit into it. You may begin to invest more time in like refining your identity, finding ways to separate yourself from others without entering in a state of like isolation. You're going to be out there doing this, really trying to separate yourself from kind of like the world, the community around you, like really standing out and being bold, Aquarius brings connections to energies of originality, eccentricity, like being eccentric, freedom, radical expression, and it like epiphanies of all sort will come into you. It craves innovation and orients us to future and what is possible. So that's what we're going to expect for like all of our signs. And then I went specifically because a lot of us have, a lot of people in my following have a lot of Gemini placements. So I went and looked up the Gemini placements and where it was like previous 15 years, which was in Capricorn. It was in our 8th house, which that's kind of like the house of like a shadow work house. It's really a huge transformation for oneself in your mindset and things of that nature, and it can be quite uncomfortable. So I'm going to read this to you guys. So the 8th house, Pluto was in Capricorn, in our 8th house from 2008. The 8th house is the house of death, taxes, secrets, and scandals. So you guys might have seen secrets that have come out. You might have experienced a lot of this. And then it also, it's real big like Scorpio energy, and Pluto is Scorpio energy as well. It's a difficult transit that you have probably noticed in your life completely, like you've noticed your life is completely kind of transformed in many ways and things that you've dealt with. Pluto is about transformation. Your mindset has changed significantly. The 8th house is shadow work house. It's also a house of marriage, divorce, shared finances. Also your mindset around those things and how you view them. So I feel like the things that you've gone through, it's completely changed your mindset of how you view those things and how you deal with it. Pluto is now moving into your 9th house in Aquarius, which is higher learning, is travel, is philosophy. This will be a transit that you will enjoy. So it's a beautiful transformation. It's going to be a lot of change in a happier way, especially those who have a lot of Gemini placements. So let me find my place. This will be a transit you'll enjoy. It's going to completely be in this house. It won't completely be in this house until 2024. Pluto will be at 0 degrees in Aquarius from now until June 11th. This is the true test. January 2024 is when it's going to be set in the Aquarius sign. So you're going to kind of see over the next 3 months of how this change is going to affect you and the things that are to come. So that's exciting, right? It's like you may see a lot of new enlightenment about your path, where you're going, and what you want to learn. Like, where are things and places that you want to travel to, and where do you want to go? You're going to learn how to open your mind about ways you think about the world. And so, like, the last 15 years was really kind of like you're on survival mode, and how you're surviving the obstacles in your life. And now you're stepping into this like beautiful Aquarian energy, and it's wanting you to perhaps move to, maybe you're going to travel, or you're thinking about traveling to another country or learning other languages. It's also, you might start teaching. It's about teaching and sharing your wisdom. It's about sharing your light and your love with other people, but in a global type of way. Aquarius is also about technology, possibly learning through the internet or speaking through the internet or teaching others in that way. So yeah, I dig it. It's exciting. I think that you're really going to love it. So yeah, that's what I have for that. So let me figure out, where can I put this and still have room to work? Because I have cards like all over my table. I guess I need to find a better way to organize myself. But yeah, we're gonna rock with it right now. So in our past, we have I just like almost messed that up. Like, we have the 2 of Pentacles. This is my new Starman deck. If you see, it's like he's kind of like riding the wave, and this is in the past, like balancing out and riding the wave, right? This card is kind of like striking a balance and reinventing yourself to kind of suit your desires here. Because if you see, he's like holding up and he's balancing this, but he's also kind of like riding the wave of life. Let me see how you can see this better. I don't know. It's super cool. I dig these cards. And this is also riding the wave of all the changes that you've been through in your life, and really kind of reinventing yourself to a way that suits your desires here. So that's kind of like balancing out the way of life that's going to suit you better. And I feel that that's kind of like what we've been going through in the past energies, right? That is our past card. So it's kind of like everything in the obstacles that you've been going through. It's like balancing those out and riding the wave and figuring out how to kind of like reinvent yourself and work and to mold and to move and to balance this out to grow you higher and to let yourself flow. You know what I mean? It's getting in line. And so in our other, we have the Chariot, and this is super cool. I forgot what these are called. They're those lizards, but if they bite you, you die from like severe infection. But I don't know, they're super cool, and they're like over there, I think like in Africa. I don't know if it was Australia, but something like that. But I don't know. They're cool. But anyways, they're like over in the Asian areas as well. You guys will know. It's not like a Gila monster, I don't think. I just forgot what they were. But anyways, you can see like he's very like enlightened, and there's another face right on top of his head right here. But also these like little lizard dudes, they're like grasping, right? It's just kind of going, and it's like moving you along, right? It's super cool. And he has a sword, like cutting it off, and that sword isn't like has a ring of fire around it. So it's like a ring of fire and igniting passion within you and like cutting things out and moving on, kind of being more on the enlightened side, right? This is about like changing your own destiny here. Like, what is it that you want to change? What is it that you're cutting off? What is it that you're flowing with, right? It's also about kind of like, if you go, it's like you seize the moment. It's also like kind of letting that momentum like this. It's like carrying you. It's riding that momentum, kind of like riding the wave. And now you're going forward in that momentum and letting it actually carry you and not fighting it. It's also kind of like finishing what you've already set in motion and not hesitating. Because you know why you don't need to hesitate? Because you guys got this. It's amazing. So I really love these cards. And it's kind of like also with that face, it's like you guys are being guided. It's like you can hear like your insights. You can hear your intuition speaking to you. You guys are really tapping into that and going with that flow and letting it carry you forward into the motion of where you need to be. It's like full speed ahead, right? And you're not resisting the change in the path of where you're supposed to be going here. I figure that you're really grasping that. And it's like you're coming in with like this sword and it has this fire around it. Like there's a fire around you. You're ready to move forward and you're being fearless in it, right? It's awesome. This deck has totally separate meanings from like your traditional tarot, and that's why I love it so. But it's taken me it's gonna take me a while to learn all the different cards and stuff, but I love it. And so then for our future, we have the Eight of Swords and also the Sun. So this is what we're working with. This is what we're dealing with. This is what's going to be our energy over this next 20 years upcoming, and it's really beautiful. So I'm going to get into the Eight of Swords here. It's like it's kind of like restricted, but that restriction and that being bound is also blossoming you. It's expanding your mind, right? If you see down here, there's a bunch of little tiny people, but these tiny people is this person, and they're exploring the things around them, right? You have this stuff, and it's like enlightenment, right? You have the birds that's handling red might be significant to you, like handing like a red, looks like a feather to them. But instead of this person looking scared and looking trapped, it's like they're happy, right? Their mind is expanding. Hey, Davey. Hey, Mac Twins. So if you guys look real close, you can see the little people, right? And those little people, it's like it's you. And it's kind of like, this is kind of like you're exploring the realms of constriction and how it's freeing you. Because being trapped is only in your mind here, right? Because if you look down below, I don't know if you guys can see, you see the little gold people? It's like you're not really trapped. You're exploring the things that are around you, right? And it's also about kind of like that constriction has freed you in a way, because it's blossomed you, it's developed you, you know, because you have to like restrict things to turn it into a diamond, right? So that's kind of like what it's doing. It's turning you into this bright, shiny diamond. It's like the power of just surrendering to the divine. It's like freedom is a state of mind. And then also it's kind of like being a catalyst for change and transformation, because that restriction, it's changing you and it's transforming you, right? It's exploring, giving you areas to really explore the different things around you, because you were bind, and you wouldn't have explored those things around you if you were never kind of like restricted, right? It wouldn't have released you. It's kind of like that restriction releases you from those ties that bind you in a way. And then also with this, for our future, we have the Sun card, and the Sun card's like really awesome, awesome. There's like a lot of information. There's a lot of fire. It's bright. There's a lot of light coming into you. And if you see, she has multiple arms just reaching out. It's kind of like reminds me of like a scorpion, which in return, like the legs of a scorpion, which that's the energy also that we're carrying, especially with Pluto, is a lot of Scorpio energy, right? So I thought that was really wicked cool that came out, and that it kind of looks like scorpion legs to me. So,
detected at your front door.
Let me snooze that again. That way it doesn't keep going off. I need to trim my bushes. So when the wind blows a lot and we have storms coming in, there's probably gonna be like tornado warnings and stuff like that later on today and into tomorrow. So yeah, it makes my bushes blow a lot. And then my motion detector gets set off. So it is what it is. So let's get into this. And then, so if you guys look really closely, it's like it's being enlightened here. And it's also feelings of like pure joy, because if you see everything around it, it's like it's reaching out. And if you see her face, she's truly happy. And it's also a time to like play and to actually be alive and feel free here, you know? Because if you look, it's like it's freedom. She's reaching out. She's feeling free. She's not trapped, you know? And it's also allowing life to really expand you and fulfill you. Because all the hands to me, if you can see them, it's like in the light that's expanding out, like expanding up from her head. There's also like another person. It's like she's enlightened and she's a higher being. It's expanding her, right? To really get those things that are truly fulfilling. And it's also like kind of like basking in this energy, basking in the warmth, basking in the joy of things, and really taking time to enjoy yourself, right? So we have the constriction that's kind of like what's happening in the future. It's freeing you, right? It's giving you a different change. But with this Pluto Aquarius transit, it's also like a lot of progress. And that's what we just like explained. And got into that. So I feel like this is the perfect thing. Like it overall, those cards came out and it's just absolutely amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, that totally fits what's going on with Pluto and Aquarius, right? Because Pluto's like that really is the Scorpio energy, it's transformation. And then Aquarius is going out and it's progress and it's kind of like exploration and it's freedom. And this card's all about like freeing yourself and being free and what it is that truly kind of like makes you happy. You could be going and traveling and just seeing things in a different light. That's what this is all about here. So I thought that was absolutely amazing and beautiful. So those are our overall energies from the past, the present, and what's to come. So now I'm going to grab, if I can find it. There it is. It's under my paper. I'm going to grab this Oracle deck, and I'm also going to use our Psychic Tarot deck, and I'm also going to use Moonology. I'm going to pull from a lot of decks. I'm going to go past, present, and future. We're just going to do a different read. What do we have for the past? Please give me one card. The past was making a decision. It's like you're choosing to prioritize yourself from yourself or other in this situation, accepting the divine guidance and pointing you towards joy that you deserve. So I feel like that's a lot of that balance and that past energy, the past Aquarian or past kind of like whenever Pluto was in Capricorn. If you have Gemini placements, that's what all it was about, your 8th house, your shadow work, the things dealing with like secrets and stuff coming out and how you deal with it and making those proper decisions in order to, really free yourself and what's going to bring you joy. And are you going to keep dealing with that or are you not? It's that really big shadow work type energy. And then with this 2 of Pentacles, it's like balancing it and riding the wave and bringing things in to your life and really kind of like adjusting with it, to make things balanced again. So it's like you're surfing onto these things and surfing through these, I know I have weird analogies, surfing through these issues and these secrets and these scandals that have come up, and learning how to deal with them in different ways. And in return, it's like blossoming you from the inside out, right? It's making you a stronger person. It's changing how you deal with different situations, right? It's changing how you view certain situations to make you a higher person. So now let's see for the present, and then we're going to go to the future. What? So the present is open up your spiritual gifts. Remember, your true nature is spiritual, not physical, and angels are sending you a message to guide your soul's growth. And I'm going to grab the future, and I'm going to really get into this. Whoops. After I get all the cards pulled. Your loved ones are safe. Letting your fears and worries of your worries for your loved ones, I am looking after them. So it's like not being scared to do the things that you need to do and to move forward, right? Knowing that the divine has you and that you're safe in this situation. You're going to be safe. Don't be scared to move forward. Don't be scared, don't be scared if you feel like things are different, because it's going to be a lot of change, but it's going to be good. Maybe you're scared to travel because you might be traveling in the future because there's things that you want to learn. There's places you want to go. And that's what's coming up in the next 20 years. So it's really exciting. But at the same time, you might be scared and be like, oh no, I don't know. Moving to a different country, that's a big step. What about my kids? What about this, that, and the other? But, they're saying that, hey, you're good. I got you. This is awesome. I like this read already. I'm super stoked, if you can't tell, about Pluto moving into Aquarius. We may have a card for the past, we may have a card for the present, we may have a card for the future. Awesome. So we have power, in your past, learning to stand in your power. Material harvest is that's in our present. It's taking that chariot, riding that wave, moving on, letting go on with the flow, letting the motion carry you and not fighting the movement forward here. It's really tapping into yourself and not being scared, standing up, like tapping into the spiritual gifts that you have. And that's this material harvest that's coming in, right? And then we have prosperity begins, but that's in your future, right? Knowing that your loved ones are safe, there's going to be stuff that's blossoming. There's going to be like huge changes and transformation as far as in your ninth house where it goes if you have Gemini placements. But as far as if it's just in your life, like Aquarius is progress, Aquarius is forward motion, Aquarius is technology, so it's just really awesome energy. And just know that, hey, you're safe here. You're good to go, right? Move forward. That Pluto is transforming you, but that Aquarian energy is a lot different than the Capricorn energy that it was in. But it also depends on where that was placed in your houses within your chart, right? Because like I just know Gemini's chart. I know we have gone through some shit in the past 15 years. And it's that shadow work side. So it's not necessarily fun. But now that it's moving into the ninth house, which is travel and learning and teaching and like philosophy and those higher intellect things, it's kind of like it's going to be like really nice, right? Hey, Smari. I almost said XOXO. I was like, so sorry. That's so funny. Hey, babe. The squirrel. You saw my squirrel? Yeah, that's Rufus. Love you too. I tried to get on your read. I watched it today, but I'm still, for some reason, like it's still not letting me comment. I don't know. It's Facebook being funky. And on the bottom of the deck, we have destiny. This is all pointing towards your destiny, right? And on the bottom of the Starman card was the Two of Wands. And this is really cool too. Because like the Two of Wands here, it's like I'm all trying to look around my cards like, hey. So if you guys look at the Two of Wands, it's like expanding, right? It's also kind of like regaining perspective on things, right? It's waiting for the right moment and really moving on and embracing it, right? It's also making like drafting plans and looking out for the future. Because if you see, he's really looking out for things. And there's also like looking to him. It's like, this is him. He's looking out and here he is. And these are all the plans and the things that he's creating, right? So, it's like getting out and drafting those plans and looking forward to the future. So that's kind of like the overall energy. It's like you're looking out and you're making plans and, you're looking out towards the future here. And you have green, which green represent money or luck, right? You have your higher wisdom and intuition here. Triangles might be significant to you. But if you look, it's like he's not worried. It's like his wands are ignited. He's ready to speak out. He's ready to take on this challenge. Like things are good, right? And it's like he's just really creating all this stuff, right? I feel like you're going to be like floating on air. So it's super cool. And that's also intertwined with the Destiny card here. And now I'm going to grab, what other deck do I want to use? Some Moonologies. What do we have for the past? I know it's kind of gross, but whatever. Past is looking at the bigger picture. I feel like that's kind of the things that we learned we had to overcome, especially with a lot of Capricorn energy, and that's full moon and Sagittarius. What's the present? The present is the end of a tough cycle approaches, and I feel like if you have Gemini placements, the end of that tough cycle is approaching, right? We're getting out of our 8th house and we're moving into our 9th house, which is really super exciting because who wants to stay another, we got like one more year of it going back and forth, and then we're out of our 8th house, which is good. Because I can tell you, if you guys think back since 2008, when Aquarius moved into Capricorn, if it was in your 8th house, it's kind of like, boy, there's been challenges come up and rise up left and right, right? but now that it's moving out of that, it's like this next 3 months, it's like you're going to kind of have a taste of, even though it's going to be on the zero berry, it's going to be flopping back and forth, but it's like you're getting a taste of what's to come, right? You're going to get that insight and that mind's eye view of things that you want to see and where you want to expand, the things you want to learn, and like different views in life and where it is that you're going to expand and transform. So that's really exciting. Where's my thing? There it is. Move this to a better area. What is the future? What do we have for the future? Your hard work is paying off. That's New Moon in Capricorn. And then I'm also, I'm going to go through these. And then we're going to grab some more tarot cards. So that's where I'm at in this life as of right now. I know, I'm a hot mess, but it's okay. I just have to get organized. I feel like my table is cramped. Okay, so in our past energies, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is kind of like riding the wave, getting things balanced out here, right? Striking balance. It's reinventing yourself to suit your desires and what it is that you want. It's riding those waves of life, And then with that, we had make a decision here, and that says you're choosing to prioritize yourself in other situations, or are you accept the divine guidance that's pointing you towards your own joy, because you deserve it. I feel like that's the things that you guys have been going through. It's like, okay, we have these difficult situations, we have these things in life that we've gone through, right? Over the past 15 years, things come up, whether it's love, whether it's abusive relationships, whether it's work, whether it's finding a good job that you actually don't hate to go to. You know what I mean? Just really figuring out what it is that you want and learning how to stand in your power in these difficult situations, learning how to be strong, how to maneuver through them, learning how to keep that balance whenever, it's like you're eating dirt. And I figure there's a lot of different situations that we've gone through in that. I figure it's really a lot of, like, you've been looking at the big picture here. You've really been learning, all right, so, this is the hurdle I have to overcome. How can I overcome this in the best way possible? What is it that I need to do? You've also grasped that in, and you've changed your views of how you view things from those situations that you've been through. And it's grown you as a person, and it's enlightened you to raise you to the next level. I feel like that's kind of like what's been going on as far as, the past 15 years, Pluto and Capricorn. This also could be in business, making you a higher, elevating your thinking as far as in business goes, because Capricorn is really kind of like businessy, put your head in the sand and get to work, getting things accomplished, getting things done, having that drive type energy, but also with that being like affected and bringing in, it could also be brought in, depending on which house it was in, a lot of situations. It's kind of like, how do I overcome this? What's the best way possible? I need to get out of this situation. Okay. And then also teaching you those things of how to maneuver so you don't like go through them again in the future. I feel like it has a lot to do. A lot of people have probably gone through like different financial situations and things of that. But also it's also taught you things along the way. So I feel like we've really been, for the past 15 years, like really overcoming it, especially if you're a Gemini and it's in your shadow work house, possibly you've had massively failed relationships. There was a lot of turmoil and a lot of chaos has gone on within it, right? I keep hearing like abusive relationships, whether it's like verbal or whatever the case might have you, but you've learned from that. It's transformed you into a different person, made you stronger, right? It's difficult to go through, yeah, but now you're able to help others from that situation, which that is also teaching others, which is going to help us, because that's what's going on with this Aquarian energy, is teaching others and helping others to really get out there and go. There's a lot of like communication. It's very airy, but it's also grounded. It's like a set sign, and then we have in our present, it's like the Chariot. And we just went over this one. I keep forgetting what these lizards are, but you guys, bear with me. Also, there's something with the letter G that might be coming in. But it's like that passion, like it's ignited, right? You see the flame coming out of the sword, and it's just really going with the motion, right? It's taking charge of your own destiny. And I feel like that's the present of what we're in. It's like seizing the moment and then letting that moment really carry you forward here. And that's where we're at. We're like riding the wave. We're moving forward. We're moving on and finishing what work that you've already set in motion. And then also not hesitating on those things either. And so, and then for our oracle, it's like open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember your true natural spiritual, your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth, right? And I figure that's where we are in the present. We're guiding our soul's growth. And that's also with, us growing and maturing spiritually. It's elevating us. And it's also bringing in more material harvest. No matter like whatever material harvest is you, it could be financial, right? It could be a new house that you're wanting to bring in, and that's what you're calling in. It could just be stable in general, just having like a stable household, stable income, your family's happy, bringing that in and accepting it, right? And not kind of like pushing away or going against it's like, you're not swimming against the tide here. You're going along with it. It's like a rip current, right? It's like you get caught in a rip current, it's dragging you out to sea. And it's like you're no longer fighting it. It's like you're swimming sideways out of that rip current and you're getting into the waves that are flowing in. And you're just like, going with it, right? Back to shore. And because like at this present time, it's like all those trials and tribulations and things that you've been going through and learning with that Pluto energy. And now that it's moving into Aquarius, the end of a tough cycle approaches. And that's new moon and Capricorn. It's like all those trials and those things you've been going through, they're now starting to settle down. You're now starting to see it. You're now like you're seeing your manifestations start to come to par. And I feel like a lot of people are going to really see that energy happen in April, especially with that new moon that's going on and the energies that are happening right now with the Aries new moon. It's like that fiery type energy that's really bringing you forward and giving you that motivation, and you're really just moving forward into this energy, and it's really beautiful. Like, I'm digging it. And so then we had for our future, what's coming in, right, is this Eight of Swords and also the Sun. But this Eight of Swords is really different. It's not like, self-victimization and all that stuff. It's very different meanings here. So like the Eight of Swords is like you're exploring the realm of being constricted, right? You're expanding your head and you're expanding that constriction, and how honestly, like, it's freeing you. It's like just the power of surrendering to what is that's going on. And then that power of surrendering is like that setting your mind free. And that setting your mind free is like kind of like, what is the catalyst of transformation? And that's what's happening, especially with the Aries, the Pluto and Aries. Not Aries. Why am I keep saying Aries? But Aquarius that's coming in. It's progress. It's forward motion. It's expanding yourself and your mind, really getting out there. And the Sun is like it's bringing in this freedom that's coming in, which Aquarian energy is freedom energy, right? It's expressing yourself and stepping into that. And then really like, just taking life and enjoying life again, right? That squeezing you is making you feel free. It's expanding your mind so you can explore a ton of different things. And if this happens in your ninth house, you're going to be exploring, you're going to be traveling. So this is what this could be about. It's going to bring you true joy. It's like dancing, dancing to the beat of your own drum in life, right? A lot of laughter. Expanding yourself, right? It's allowing your life to expand into things that really fulfill you, not others, but really fulfill you, right? And just really basking in that energy. So it's like joyous, it's sun, it's basking in this energy, it's freedom, it's expanding your mind, exploring new things, right? Seeing a new viewpoint on what is to come. So I don't know, it's just very freeing energy and totally different than what is kind of has been going on. And then you and your loved ones are safe. 41. Again, this is like all your fears and your worry for your loved ones, because I'm looking after them. This could be about moving. It could be about traveling. It could be about taking on different career ideas and teaching others and being worried about how that's going to affect your finances, or you know what I mean, just your family in general. But in the end, it's kind of like taking this step and this leap of faith and not being worried, and know that it's in the divine hand. Like, this is going to bring you pure joy, and also prosperity begins. You guys are developing and blooming. It's kind of like, oranges. Oranges are a fruit of like joy and happiness and harmony and wealth. And, it's like you guys are blossoming, you're growing this and you're taking care of it, and it's blooming. You're starting to see that, right? Prosperity begins. You're starting to see the fruits of your labor. It's coming in. And, I feel like by taking these chances and just riding with it and flowing with it and doing those things that really expand you, maybe it's, the technical side, like the internet, getting more out there, or it's, just really learning new things. Maybe it's learning a new language. Maybe it's moving to a new country or things of that nature. It's not being scared to take on those things. I feel like you guys are just going to be feeling very free, especially with that Aquarian energy. And you're going to see hard work. All that hard work that you've been working on is going to pay off. And you're going to see this with this transit. That's what's going to come in. I feel you guys are going to start seeing like a taste of it. You know what I mean? Over the next 3 months. It's like, give me a taste. You're like, I don't want a taste of the pie. I want the whole pie. Give me the whole dang thing. But anyways, it's coming in, and that's what's coming in. It's like those things in your manifestations and all that you've been working on. You're like, oh man, it's not coming in yet. But now you're starting to see it, and you're moving forward to it, and you're motivating, and you're taking action, you're standing in that energy, right? And now you're starting to see it come in. You're going to be more harmonious. There's going to be a lot more joy. There's going to be a lot more freedom. You guys are going to go out and do those things and explore those things that you really want to do, and not care about what others might think or where it's going to set you or this, that, and the other. Like, oh, you're moving there? That's so far away from the family. You're like, I don't care because it makes me happy. You guys are going to feel free from this. Let's see. Give me a few cards about what else can we expect in the future. This one that is facing down, one sideways, the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles, which is like growing something, seeing it develop, seeing it start to blossom, right? Tapping into that creative side of things. And that can also be with Aquarian too. It's like construction on that creative side of things and how we can expand. I think that we're going to see a lot happening, especially like in our technology side of things in the world. It's really overall community develop and how you stand out from the rest within like the community, right? It's like setting yourself apart, but yet not isolating yourself, right? And I feel that you guys are seeing that grow with Seven of Pentacles. And you're going to start seeing that money and that flow and the finances are going to ease. It's going to start coming in and it's blossoming right now. And then there's a lot of choices coming in sideways. Some people might have a little hard decision to make, but there's going to be a lot of choices that are coming in the future. But these choices aren't going to be like choices between, okay, is this going to be like my downfall or is this, you know what I mean? It's not going to be kind of like that shadow work type lessons here. It's going to be more of on the choices of the things of what makes you happy, what makes you feel free. What is it that you enjoy? Not staying in things and places and being around people that don't necessarily make you happy. It's like you're branching off from that, right? You're not going to stay in like a job that you absolutely hate. It's now you're moving on to like, okay, well, what makes me happy? Well, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to speak my voice. I'm going to use my voice to help other people. The things that I've learned along the way, I'm using that to help other people. I'm using that to teach other people. There's other things that I want to learn in life and I'm grasping that and I'm using that knowledge and standing in that. It's like that intuition that you're gaining. And I feel a lot of people are elevating and getting a lot of insight. I feel like with this energy and the way it's moving, there's also going to be a lot of people that are enlightened, and those people with those spiritual gifts are really going to stand out and move forward and kind of like help others along the way. You're going to see a forward movement in that and people tapping into those spiritual gifts and really elevating it, right? And then we have the Queen of Cups. She's really stable. She's caring. She's nurturing. She's comforting. I feel like you guys are going to be like very just happy, overall happy, and like comforting other people and helping other people and really letting that intuition and those things that you've learned and that wisdom that you've learned really shoot out. And people are going to notice that, right? Because a lot of this energy with the Pluto and Aquarius is like forward movement, it's progression, it's transformation, it's progress, making progress in the way that you see things and where you want to go, and that light and helping others also along the way and standing out. But it's also going to be on a more public, upfront type demeanor, I guess. That's not really the correct word, but you guys know what I mean. So it's super, super exciting. Now let's grab some Archangel cards, and I guess let me know if you guys have liked this read. What do we have for the collective? Give me one more, please. Or two. All right, so we have moon cycles. If I could see this, it would be great, but I can't. I really can't. Archangel Haniel, notice how the moon cycle affects your energy and manifestations can capitalize upon these cycles. I dig it. We have creative writing, Archangel Gabriel. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal with a pen or an article or a book. So write down your thoughts, start to journal, start to kind of really get your ideas in order. That way you can take on the task full force while you ride that wave. And then sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. You're extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. So honor yourself and your feelings. And then we have healthy lifestyle. Maybe some of us need to quit eating fried food so much. Maybe we need a good, go eat some celery or some carrots or something, you know? Go have a salad. Just kidding. Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthy diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. So some of us need to get out there and really start becoming one with nature and exercise and all that jazz. Crystal clear intentions, Archangel Michael. Be clear about what your desires are. Focus upon that with unwavering faith. If those don't fit the situation, I dig it. And then let's just have fun and grab some inner fucking peace cards. What do we have with the collective? What is it that we need to know? That's a lot, but we're going to go with it. Okay, so the first two that came out is pay the piper and move on. Drop and give me Zen. So it's kind of like, things happen, but, pick up the pieces, put your big girl panties, your big boy boxes, and move on and stay in peace. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. Meditate. Maybe some of us need to meditate more. Who needs to give one when you can release them all? Take a deep breath and let your fucks go. Frozen just popped in my head. Let it go. Is that the song of Frozen? I don't know. I've never seen it. Let it go. But the tune popped in my head. No, because there's a little kid that used to be in my life, and she loved Frozen, and she would go around singing it. So I think this is a song. Let it go. That little blonde-haired girl, Acceptance. Better watch out. I'm coming for it next. Inner peace is my bitch. I love it, guys. Oh, I missed one. He has Frank with me. Make me one with everything. Somebody needs to go have a hot dog. Somebody needs to eat healthier, and then somebody just needs to go have a hot dog. But I mean, hey, it has tomatoes and lettuce on it, so I guess that's healthy, right? Got your protein, have lettuce, tomatoes, whatever. It works. So that's what I have for you guys with the Pluto and Aquarius on the 0 barrier at the moment, but soon to move in 2024. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you like this reading, if you don't, don't know until you let me know. But I love you guys. So you guys stay fabulous, stay awesome, stay epic. If you want it personal, all the information is in the description area. It says description, it's in the box. Has my email, all that jazz. I'd be honored to read for you guys. So that's what I have. And now I'm going to let you go instead of repeating myself. So have a great day, guys. Love you.